My behavior on that video is inexcusable.
This morning, Sean Diddy Combs is breaking his silence.
I take full responsibility for my actions in that video.
I was sick as a stomach, man. I was sick in the stomach, man, because, you know, when you have daughters, you just hope.
How many times did you personally witness him be violent towards women?
Around 4 or 5 times.
And was that all with Cassie?
We've all seen that disturbing security camera footage with Diddy going berserk on Cassie. But the word has it that Cassie is planning to sue Diddy against for all the mental trauma the video has triggered. While Cassie is allegedly trying to get back at Diddy for the pseudo apology, Diddy is scrambling behind the scenes in panic. 1. Diddy apology. You might be aware that CNN published the video with Combs and Sean grabbing, shoving, and kicking Ventura during an altercation that matches allegations in a now settled federal lawsuit filed by Ventura in November. Turns out these events have stunned the whole freaking industry. In the video, Combs has been seen running in a towel after Ventura, who has been standing in front of an elevator bank. He aggressively grabs and drags her down and then puts boots to her before picking up her luggage. He's seen then dragging her on the floor back to the hotel room as she braces her head. Minutes later, Ventura returns to the elevator bank and picks up a phone on the wall. Diddy comes back and appears to shove her into the corner. He then sits on a chair near her and aggressively throws an object at her. These events are the exact iteration of one of the incidents Cassie is quoted in her lawsuit.
According to the complaint, Combs became extremely intoxicated and punched Miss Ventura in the face, giving her a black eye, which according to the lawsuit prompted Ventura to try and leave.
Well, in the wake of the severe backlash, Diddy decided to admit his wrongdoings and release an apology, saying,
I hit rock bottom, but I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video.
He also added, "It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life, but sometimes you got to do that. I went and sought out professional help. I'm going to get therapy, going to rehab, and I had to ask God for mercy and grace. I'm so sorry." Douglas H. Wigder, an attorney who represented Ventura, said in a statement in response to the footage of Combs, "The gut-wrenching video has only further confirmed the disturbing behavior of Mr. Combs. Words cannot express the courage and fortitude that Miss Ventura has been showing in coming forward to bring this to light." In her lawsuit, Ventura alleged Combs paid the Intercontinental Century City $50,000 for the hallway surveillance footage from that incident. She also described the attack almost identically to the video in her lawsuit. Ventura also alleged that she became lured into and eventually trapped in a pattern of A, involving forced substance use, R, battery, and forced S acts with male S workers. However, she did settle the lawsuit with her former partner one day later, but her suit spawned several more alleged victims that came forward. In addition to that, the Los Angeles District Attorney's Office said it was aware of the disturbing video allegedly depicting Combs A-ing a woman in Los Angeles, but it had not been presented with a case. And even if law enforcement presents a case to the office, the statute of limitations would prevent prosecutors from charging Combs. They said in a statement, "If the conduct depicted occurred in 2016, unfortunately we would be unable to charge, as the conduct would have occurred beyond the timeline where a crime of attack could have been prosecuted. We encourage anyone who has been a victim or witness to a crime to report it to law enforcement or reach out to our office for support from our Bureau of Victim Services." Joanna Ortero Cruz, president of the Women's Against A Domestic V Center, claimed that she worked in the field for at least 15 years, and she has seen that apologies are common in gender violence situations and are often used to manipulate victims and the public. They're apologizing and they want to create sympathy from others, apathy from others, all of these things. This is the typical behavior of someone who perpetuates A. We're just seeing it in public now. Valise Jones, founder of the Texas-based Sincerely Nicole Media public relations company, shared sentiments by saying, "I believe the video has done more harm than good. The apology just doesn't come across as sincere at all. He apologized to the general public because it was about his public image. I don't think his apology was very smart." In addition to that, a former assistant of Sean Combs claimed that despite never seeing him act toward Ventura in public during the time she worked for him, there was not one cell in her body that was surprised by Ventura's November lawsuit against Combs or the recently surfaced 2016 footage of him A-ing her in a hotel. "I rode in limos with them. I went to parties with them. I guess what I would say is that even though I never saw anything that could corroborate what's in that lawsuit and what we just saw, there was not one cell in my body that was surprised. I would say that I was around him a lot and got a feeling for who he was. I don't see anything that could get him in trouble, but I think that there's a power dynamic in a situation like that, especially her at the beginning of her career, so young and beautiful and talented." Stephen A. Smith also reacted to it. Smith claimed that after the video, Diddy's career is effectively finished after this incident. He alleged that no amount of apologies can undo the damage to his reputation. He alluded that the Diddy era of hip-hop has come to an end.
"I wanted to clear right here over these digital airwaves of YouTube that the career of Sean P. Diddy Combs, as we know it, it's over. This shit is over. It's over in the worst possible way, one of the worst possible ways you can imagine."
2. Celebs reacting to Diddy's apology. Well, it looks like celebs in Diddy's circle also do not approve of Diddy's behavior. Predictably, 50 Cent was one of the first rappers to give him his opinion on the video. He captioned a post saying, "Now I'm sure Puffy didn't do it. He is innocent, and this proves nothing. This is what his lawyers are gonna say. God help us all." The next day, 50 returned with more criticism. He called attention to CNN's motive behind releasing the gut-wrenching video and shared a Los Angeles County District Attorney's message. The LAPD claimed that they can't press charges on Combs for his disturbing actions in the video, but still encouraged more people to come forward if they too were negatively impacted by Sean Combs. He posted a thought to his followers, stating that since they can't charge him with the crime, they can still sully his public image with a video. And that's why they put that tape out. They know they can't charge him with what we saw, but they know we can't unsee what we saw. Hip-hop manager Whack 100 had some pointed words for the bad boy entertainment mogul.
"Diddy, I just seen that video. You was a and I hope if whatever happens to you, happens to you."
Radiga expressed his disapproval by posting a long tweet. "The Diddy footage is disturbing. Interesting that it's from 2016 and just coming out now. Did someone at the hotel just grow a conscience? Did the NDA expire? Was he late on the evidence suppression payment? So many questions, and some of y'all owe Cassie an apology." The Breakfast Club also broke down the disturbing footage and Sean Combs' apology video, where they questioned his honesty and remorse for his actions. Charlemagne the God used the moment to decry an NEA against women, and even went so far as wishing that Cassie had a weapon on her that day, saying, "I wish Cassie would have had a firearm on her and hit him right there on that spot." He later gave Diddy the donkey of the day for his aimless apology. He continued, "When I first watched that video, I was like, no, he's not sorry. He's sorry that the video leaked and he got caught." Sean Combs put out a press release. They put out a press release. His lawyer has been screaming that this is a witch hunt, that Diddy's innocent, and that these people are looking for a quick payday. You let your son out the weak-ass diss record, pick a side, taunting the FBI, basically telling people to keep that same energy. Diddy, you posted a message to your page saying, "Time tells all." Yes, sir, it does. And it has told us that you are a liar. In the wake of the video, some celebs who have previously not believed Cassie's allegations also took back their statements, including Slim Jack. He said, "Damn, Diddy, I tried to ride with the BLK man who had no charges yet. But I can't stand behind this. I'll take this L." I still ride with my people until I see some sort of proof. I don't believe in blogs or civil suits. For those who don't remember, after the model released her lawsuit in November 2023, Slim Thug responded via Insta with his previous personal opinion, which consisted of not believing her and siding with the black man. The Houston artist received backlash after implying that the singer wasn't a victim and was instead looking for a payday. They're coming back and getting Bill Cosby and coming back and getting Puff. I don't believe in that. When ish goes down, you speak on it right there. It should be null and void. Let the people know immediately. Not only that, Little Scrappy wants to put hands on Combs for his actions. The Atlanta rapper hit social media with a video of him condemning Diddy's 2016 attack on Cassie. He claimed that if the mogul were to cross his path today, it's beef on sight, asserting, "If that guy Diddy walked past me right now, I'd take the fade with him. Just cause I don't care about an apology and all that. The way he did Shawty, that was foul. There was some real bees crap. And if you can tell, he was doing that ish for a long time because she was frantic." He also took the time to clarify a previous comment that fans took as support for Diddy. Scrappy insisted that he never stood in Puffy's corner and explained that social media confused him with someone else. Y'all go get them other guy's page, who was cool with the guy. That y'all seen around the guy. That knew the guy. Get off my effing page with that is. You don't even know, you don't got proof that I ever said no ish like that. Never. So go find that ish, and if you find it, I'll apologize. But I guarantee you ain't gonna find no ish when I'm saying Cassie's lying. Shine, a former member of Diddy's bad boy camp, has been vehemently denouncing Sean Combs' actions in light of the video showing him attacking Cassie. The politician took to IG to stand firmly in opposition to violence against women. He then concluded this message by sending prayers to Cassie and her family as they had to relive the 2016 trauma. I vehemently denounce the repugnant behavior of Sean Diddy Combs captured on the video in which he is seen physically attacking Miss Cassie Ventura Fine. There's no place for violence against women anywhere on the planet. As a father of a precious daughter, a global citizen, and the next Prime Minister of Belize, I want absolutely nothing to do with people who engage in this pattern of diabolical behavior. My prayers are with Cassie and all the other victims who have come forward with horrendous allegations against Mr. Combs. 3. New lawsuit. Y'all, it looks like Diddy's legal troubles are not coming to an end, as the music artist himself was hit this week with a lawsuit alleging he D'd and SA'd a model in the early 2000s. The lawsuit, which was filed in the federal court in New York City, states that Crystal McKinney, the 22-year-old rising model, met Combs through an unnamed fashion designer in 2003 and was later SA'd at his music studio. It turns out that the designer allegedly styled McKinney to ensure Combs found her attractive and brought her to meet the rapper at Cipriani Downtown, a restaurant in New York City. She claimed that during the dinner, Combs outwardly made a number of flirtatious and suggestive remarks toward McKinney and plied her with alcohol. Apparently, the music artist then reportedly gave McKinney his number and later in the evening asked her to come to his studio in the city. Upon her arrival, she met Combs and a group of men who were passing around alcohol and marijuana joints. She was passed a joint and under the impression it was marijuana, but later came to understand that it was laced with a narcotic or intoxicating substance. The lawsuit stated that she soon became very intoxicated and Combs allegedly forced himself on her in a bathroom. Combs led her back to the studio, where she lost consciousness and later woke up in a taxi cab heading toward the fashion designer's apartment. McKinney also filed a suit against the rapper's record label, Bad Boy Entertainment, the label's distributor, Universal Music Group, and his fashion brand, Sean John Clothing. McKinney is suing Combs under the NYC Victims of Gender-Motivated Violence Protection Act, a city that allows for civil suits to be filed within a 2-year look-back period, and she is asking for a jury trial. She's seeking an unspecified amount of damages for mental and emotional damage, distress, pain, and suffering, and the injury to her reputation. Anyway, it's been nearly 2 months since Combs has had 2 of his homes raided amid a federal ST investigation.
Sean Diddy Combs. Yesterday, we told you how federal agents searched 2 of his properties as part of an investigation into alleged
While there's no updates on that case, it's far from only his legal crisis. After Ventura, who dated Combs for a decade before they split in 2018, filed and settled her explosive lawsuit against him, 2 other women slapped him with civil suits that month. Also, under New York Adult Survivors Act, the ASA allowed people who said they experienced SA 1-year windows to take legal action even though the statute of limitations had expired. Plaintiff Joy Dickerson Neal, in a lawsuit filed November 23, 2023, accused Combs of D'ing and R'ing her in New York City in 1991 when she was a college student. She also accused him of engaging in revenge porn, filming the attack and sharing it with people in the music industry. However, in April, Combs filed a motion to dismiss the ST allegations in the case. The same day Dickerson Neal's case was filed, Lisa Gardner also sued Combs, alleging that he and R&B singer-songwriter Aaron Hall took turns R-ing her and a friend after they met at a 1990 event at the New York office of MCA Records. Gardner was 16 at the time, and the lawsuit was amended in March, with Gardner claiming she was physically forced into having S with Combs against her will. A further lawsuit was filed in December under the New York Victims of Gender-Motivated Violence Protection Law, giving survivors of alleged gender-motivated violence, including SA, until March 1, 2025 to make claims. The plaintiff, identified as Jane Doe, filed a suit against Combs alleging ST and GR in 2003, when she was only 17. She claimed in the filing that Combs and 2 other men plied her with copious amounts of substance and alcohol, then R'd her in a bathroom at Combs' studio. Combs issued a blanket denial of the allegations, claiming that he watched people try to assassinate his character, destroy his reputation and his legacy, but enough is enough. A 5th lawsuit filed in early 2025, and this time it was filed by a man. Combs was sued by Rodney Lil Rod Jones, a producer back on the 2023 album for SHNA. Jones claimed he was D'd, waking up naked and disoriented in bed with Combs and 2 S-workers. He also claimed to have witnessed Combs and others engaging in serious illegal activity, including ST, underage S-workers, and D'ing them. Jones amended his lawsuit in March, removing some defendants as well as adding Cuba Gooding Jr. Following 5 SA allegations made against him, including a lawsuit from Cassie, his ex-girlfriend, and a former signee of his label, Diddy's business empire has continuously faced dire consequences. Although Combs has maintained his innocence in all cases, multiple brands and businesses have decided to distance themselves from him or fully cut ties with him. And unironically, his Revolt channel was the first one to do so. Back in November, Combs had to step down from his chairman position temporarily. Although it was a precautionary measure, the network still released a tough statement asserting that he was not part of day-to-day operations of the channel. The statement read, "Sean Combs has stepped down from his position as chairman of Revolt. While Mr. Combs has previously had no operational or day-to-day role in the business, this decision helps to ensure that Revolt remains steadfast, focused on our mission to create meaningful content for the culture and amplify the voices of all Black people throughout the country and the African diaspora. Our focus has always been one that reflects our commitment to the collective journey of Revolt, one that is not driven by any individual, but by the shared efforts and values of our entire team, on behalf of advancing, elevating, and championing our culture." And that continues. Apart from that, at least 18 companies have distanced themselves from Diddy's recently launched e-commerce website, Empower Global, a marketplace for Black-owned businesses. The site was designed to function like Amazon, where sellers would pay a certain monthly subscription to operate on the platform. The platform contacted 160 companies, out of which 5 claimed they were monitoring the allegations before making a decision to drop the site. Other companies fully dropped Empower Global, citing that the allegations, along with the platform's poor performance, influenced their decision to leave. And that's it for today. See you in the next video.